AMC and Regal and Alamo Drafthouse. I'm looking at all of you. I am so sick and tired of fucking dine-in movie theaters. I hate that I have to let somebody pass by me so they can drop off their order. This isn't dinner. This is a movie. You want to go to dinner, go to it before the movie. It is
Preach.
Pizza time. Pizza time. Pizza time.
You're like,
Pizza time.
pizza time.
Hello, Alex, my friend. How are you doing this wonderful Sunday morning?
I'm doing exactly as you said. Wonderful. I mean, I got no complaints in this world. Actually, I got a lot of complaints, but you know, we'll get there in a second. No, it's great. It's been great.
All wedding stuff.
I don't get married for a year, Ed.
True.
You may have some wedding complaints.
I do. It's coming up.
Ed's a wonderful friend of mine, and he's a very great person, and I can get him to respond to text immediately about, if we're talking about Spider-Man or Top Gun Maverick or anything around movies or video games, or if I have a question about my computer, or if I have a question about an edit or a Premiere thing or a bug or a camera, he will respond immediately. But I've been asking Ed for about 3 weeks to please resend the Evite he sent for his wedding so I could get a hotel in Los Angeles close to the wedding, and he has not responded. He won't answer. So
okay,
I had to circumvent that, and I had to go, talk to his lovely fiance, soon to be wife, and she responded in, I shit you not, what had to be 15 seconds. It was a wonderful experience. So yeah, Ed is great.
I'm a great person.
You are a great person, but
no, you're so accurate. I love that you put the spotlight on me on there right now, because that is so accurate. Very dependable when it comes to nerdy things, but that kind of stuff, not so great. However, I will defend myself a little bit here. It's not really a good defense at all.
Okay.
But the reason why that's such a bitch to do is because when you say send the Evite back, I assume you want the wedding invite.
I just
need an address. I know, I didn't know that. I thought you really want me to send like the invite again, which is a digital invite. It's modern ages. We did not like mail our Evites out. And the reason why my body doesn't like it, just short circuits when people ask for that, is that it actually is a humongous bitch to send that out again, just via the software service that we use, which I will not say because otherwise it's been pretty good.
Okay.
But you have to anyway, it's a bitch. That's all I'll say. It's like a copy and paste. It doesn't save it. It's this whole fucking thing you have to get into and find the emails. And so my body just shuts down. Anyways, I apologize for that. That being said, my lovely fiance and partner in crime for the rest of my life, hopefully, came to the rescue there.
Hooked it up immediately. It was wonderful.
She hooked it up. Thank you.
I had it.
Thank you.
I got it, and I said thank you, and I said, hey, send me the wedding registry as well, because Ed hasn't sent that shit either. I don't need the actual invite. I just needed the date and time and when to show up.
The vital information.
Yeah, because I didn't know where any of that shit was.
Right.
Because I RSVP'd yes, of course, and then it just disappeared from my email. It deleted itself.
It's been a long time. It's been a long time, so I don't blame that.
It's been a long time. Yeah.
Also, the big part of the email is that the subject isn't our names. It's it's the site name. So people have had trouble. Anyways, wedding. Yeah, it's a fucking thing, and that's why I just whatever. Anyways, at least you'll be there. I'm glad that you have the information now. And when I fly to Italy, for your wedding,
yes.
I'll be sure to get a guide.
You will be well taken care of.
And a map.
Don't worry.
A classic map. If they still sell those in stores.
They do.
Oh, good. I didn't even know that, honestly. Yeah, do they?
Yes.
They still sell maps in stores? Okay, cool.
Maps are important.
You think it'd be obsolete by now. You really do. You really think it would. But it costs 10 cents to make or something.
These things don't last forever. They got batteries. They die.
Someone clearly hasn't seen Terminator, but okay.
Oh, Skynet is online.
Elon Musk says it's happening. So Just saying.
Elon's been hit or miss for me a little lately.
I love that guy. If there was, I would follow that guy.
To be honest,
to the ends of the earth, though. I would.
I'd rather follow him than like Bezos.
That's what I'm saying.
Evil reincarnated.
Right. That's what I'm saying.
Bezos looks like Dr. Evil. Like, it's insane. It's fucking.
He does look like Dr. Evil.
Like, wait a minute.
But but arguably more successful, obviously, because he actually has $1 billion. Billions of dollars.
It's worth
Okay.
billions of dollars. Okay. Let's go.
We need to have more intros like that. That's fun. All right. Welcome to the Pizza Time podcast, everybody. And I'll go through what we're going to go through today really quickly. So as always, we start off with some news, and then we'll get to some of our reviews for the things that we watched this week. But yeah, first off, news really quickly. Here's what the bullet points are for today. We're going to go over, God help me, more Ezra news. Mr. Ezra Miller still perpetually just can't get through, just can't escape. It's almost like he's the Flash in actuality. And there were some comments there, some updates. I'll say that it's updates by this point. Updates. All right. After that, some Madden Web news, which we covered last week as well. Some more updates on that, and then some crushing Regal bankruptcy news. Yikes. Not all parts of the entertainment business, as we've been through this whole year, have held up. And unfortunately, Regal seems to be in that as well. So we'll go through that. Some more Top Gun news, talking about Perpetual. Who knew? Who fucking knew? But we had some big news for your
weekly Top Gun segment.
Our weekly Top Gun segment. I mean, no one's asking for it, and yet it's just not getting out of our face. What can I say? And I couldn't be more happy for it. Quick update. No one's asking for it, and yet there it is. There it is. And then for our reviews this week, we got the first episode of She-Hulk came out on Thursday, and we've watched it. And as you may know, we've had thoughts about it. We've had thoughts, and we have more thoughts. So let's get into that. And then the BCS Better Call Saul finale review. My heart still hurts, but we'll get really deep into that, I'm sure.
Yes.
To the end of the episode. Very excited to talk.
Yeah, absolutely.
Yeah, absolutely. Okay. Well, let's get on with the news, and let's start off with Ezra Miller. So, since last week, the last thing we talked about Ezra was that, it was more so what the situation was with the Flash, right? We went over the three options that that WB and the execs sort of were running through. We were saying that basically the Flash either Miller has to come clean and say sorry and go through this whole spiel just so that they can get him back on the press tour, get him to say that this movie is the best thing ever, and then get it. That's plan A. That's the ideal. And get them just to get the movie out. The second deal was that he would not be part of the press tour, even if he said that he would be okay, that he would get help, and that they would still go on a press tour and release the film. The third being that they obviously just can it and just cut the lifeline and just move on. Well, the update for this week is that Ezra came out and said that he is sorry. He released an apology out of nowhere. Yes. It's almost as if there's more people behind this. I'll go quickly into what he said. It was a very short statement. But I'll say it here. This is what Ezra Miller said. He said, "I want to apologize to everyone that I have alarmed and upset with my past behavior. I am committed to doing the necessary work to get back to a healthy, safe, and productive stage in my life." Mm-hmm. That's what he said this week. And before I say anything, I want to get what your take is on that, Alex. How did you feel when you saw? Well, this. What did you when you first saw that headline? What was your response, and then how did you react?
Okay, so when I first saw the headline, I immediately thought, "Oh, they picked option one. They're going to they're going to get this guy to say he's going to get help. I'm sure he's going to go get help."
So you believe that it was not just through Ezra? For sure. That's what you're saying. Yeah. Okay. I believe that too. I believe that too.
The way Warner Bros. Also came out, like I've seen a couple Warner Bros. Execs release statements saying they're clearly hurting right now and they need a lot of help. No, this is all PR shit. I don't know if he's actually going to go get help. I hope he does. Clearly he's not right at the moment.
No.
I guess he's always been kind of a little weird. But like I saw that and I was like, immediately thought he's going to be on the press tour. I bet you he's going to come out. He's going to have this kumbaya moment. Everyone's going to be like, oh, he's getting help. And yeah. And then what I thought about it, I just kind of thought like, this is a joke, man. I just like, I don't think it's enough. I think there's a lot of people that are, there's a lot of people, and I'm gonna drop a name. The John Campea show. There's people that on that show that said, "Oh, what he did is just shenanigans." No. This dude has child grooming accusations against him, which is not a fucking shenanigan. That's a serious thing. He threatened people with guns. He's assaulted people. This isn't shenanigans. Shenanigans is taking your like Jeep and doing donuts in the fucking park. That's a shenanigan. Not this. This is messed up stuff. And if I think he needs to be held accountable to them. And legal experts are saying, hey, he's not off the hook because he's saying he's going to go get some help. Yeah. And I want to throw this point back to you, Ed, because this just kind of shows like the pure hypocrisy of Hollywood. Again, like it goes back to, it's reminding me of the Will Smith slap.
Yes.
Everybody was like, cool, we're fine with it. He gets to go up there and say, love makes me do crazy things. And Ezra says, I'm just going to go get some help and everything's going to be fine. And all of Hollywood's been like, oh yeah, that's cool. It's like, well, wait a minute. Well, you guys you're the people that's shoving in everybody's face that you have to have good morals and you have to be this accepting and all this nonsense. And then this guy does a bunch of bad shit, like actual bad stuff. And he's off the hook because he says he's sorry and he's going to go get help. That's it. Like and I've only seen a few publications, kind of say it. And like, I mean, I'm sure we're going to get into this in a minute, but there is a reason why, but it does feel like Hollywood is picking money over morals, even though they shove it down our throat that it should be the opposite. So it's all just this big hypocritical, nonsensical thing. And that's the part that's driving me crazy. Like, again, I hope he goes or they go and get help, whatever it is. I don't care. Sure. Go get help. You have complex mental problems. Sure. Go get help. But in no way, shape, or form should you be off the hook because you've said you're sorry. But I mean, and one last note. If this was Chris Pratt and Chris Pratt had been accused of all this stuff, you cannot tell me he would be treated the same as Ezra's being treated right now. No one's come out and said anything against Ezra. None of his co-stars, none of his anything. No one said anything against him. Nothing. And then we got people over here saying, oh, it's just shenanigans. No, that's not right. That's messed up. And it's just kind of, it's fucked is what it is. I mean, I want to throw that back to you and see what your thoughts are on it.
Well, excuse me. I couldn't agree with you more. And I'm going to throw out two big words here that basically follow from what you just said. Mm-hmm. Double standards, right? Yes. I'm sorry, but it's twofold. One, you're correct about the whole, it's a PR studio thing because they're worried about the movie, and there's that. Also, to just be honest, I'm sorry, Miller, but that statement, if you in fact wrote that statement, it's cookie cutter as shit. It's soulless. They're just words. It doesn't feel like Miller. Anybody could say those words, and it's the right. It's veiled as the right thing to say and do. Right. So, do I believe that he said them? No, like I don't think it's from the bottom of his heart by any means. But it's a step. What can I say? At the end of the day, it's a step.
Sure.
It's a little murky.
I guess I can give you that. It's a step. Okay.
It's a step, right? It's a step. I mean, yeah, but does it feel right? It's wobbly at the very least. And secondly, so just to go back to the double standards, and you brought up a beautiful point about the Will Smith occurrence. Look, you have two situations here where two people have done some pretty unfavorable, to say the least, actions, and some, in this case, very serious. And I swear to God, I don't feel any wrath against them. Not that they should deserve it necessarily. However, when you look back just like a couple of years ago during the pandemic and the shit that came down there politically and the stuff that, I mean, we had riots and we had people being canceled left and right. And all of a sudden you have these two people who do these kinds of things that we've outright said are like, that's ridiculous. Like they should not get away with this stuff.
Right.
And they haven't, but it feels like a bit of a slap on the wrist. I feel like nothing anywhere more haste. And why? If it were me, if I were to guess, yeah, it doesn't really line up with a lot of the movement, like a lot of these movements who are trying to get more, good PR for their stuff. One, obviously, Will Smith. Let's be honest, yeah, black community, not good look. So they maybe not the best thing to write about. And then with Ezra, the gender identity, the trans community, saying that he's they. Not a good look, right?
Right.
And what? Now we're just, I mean, Jesus, they're just headlines. I don't see anyone talking about it. There are no headlines from any other outlets talking about about it straight up. And that oh, this is damaging to the movement. No, there's no headlines like that. None of it.
I mean,
and I feel like it's really, sorry, but just let me finish. It's like, I just feel like it's just really showing cracks in these movements and their hypocrisy.
Yeah,
it's ridiculous. It's absolutely ridiculous to me. Right. And people, it's really showing just how nasty and like the human race can really be. It really makes me feel icky. It's this kind of lack of action, in fact, in these cases, that I'm like, we're fucked. As a society, as a society working together, this just doesn't make any sense. And it really makes me feel bad. And it's icky. I don't know what to say. I'm really disappointed. I'm disappointed in Ezra and Will Smith as much as I am disappointed with how the media and these movements have had no gumph that they show a backbone behind these people. Right. And it's really disappointing.
We're 3 months ago, people were saying Chris Pratt should be recast in Guardians of the Galaxy because he is a Christian and he goes to a church where the church has said they don't support gay marriage or something like that. That's the church he goes to, I guess. I don't know anything about it. I don't know too much into it. I don't know. I don't care. There was more online fear at that than there has been at anything Ezra Miller has done. And again, there's a lot of stuff people are saying this is a step in the right direction. I hope he gets help. And again, we're not saying that. We agree. We hope he gets help, and we hope this is a step in the right direction. Mental health is very important. Absolutely. But
if that's what he's doing,
there is no rage or anything or anybody really saying, listen up. This is messed up and he needs to be held accountable. They need to be held accountable. Whatever it is.
Yeah.
They have to I don't know. I agree.
There's no headline. There's no headline saying boycott the Flash.
Right.
Is there an what do you call it? One of those freaking 1,000 signature fucking deals about that movie? I don't think there are. Nothing major. Why isn't there? I'm curious.
I mean, we got people there's still the people that, that were staying at his home. They still can't find them. The people that, there's serious shit going on, and it's not just, oh, he's having a rough time mentally. Okay. He still needs to be held accountable.
Yeah, that doesn't stop his actions, does it?
Yeah, again, it's just kind of silly how no one is speaking out on it. How everyone's giving him a pass because whatever it is, because he's a they them, because
I would have honestly, yeah. I mean, straight up, if we're playing the cards, yeah. That what else? What else could it be at this point? He's a white. I mean, he's a white male at the end of it,
right?
But he identifies as a they them. You're exactly right. I just feel like in any other case, if that didn't exist, they would be fucking going to town on that guy. But they're not. Or sorry, they. I mean, whatever.
Yeah, whatever. It doesn't matter.
But just to bring it back, we just look at what they did to fucking Amber Heard. They want outrage, absolute outrage. They wanted her out of the Aquaman 2 movie. At the end of the day, who gives a fuck?
Yeah.
But
Exactly.
and she just wronged Johnny Depp. Like, okay, that's a personal matter, and yeah, she's horrible, but it's nowhere near what Ezra is accused of doing here with all the things that he's been fucking doing.
Right. Like,
it's nowhere near the same.
At the end of the day, like they're willing to like drag Amber Heard through the dirt, which again,
exactly,
she was terrible to Johnny Depp, and it showed Johnny Depp wasn't so great to her at times either. Yeah. But like, yeah, we're gonna boycott the Aquaman movie because Amber Heard's in it, but we're gonna go watch the Flash movie because
no one's saying anything about the Flash movie. But yeah, all the news is what is WB gonna do about it? Let's see what WB does. And let's bring. Oh, so did you have another point? Because I wanted to go ahead.
I was gonna say let's drop in the nugget.
Yeah. Then good, cool. So that's exactly what I was about to do. So speaking of the execs, there was an unnamed exec at Warner Brothers Discovery, an executive, came out and said this statement. Again, unnamed. We don't know. It's via Deadline. So pretty trusted source.
Yeah.
But is it true? Grain of salt kind of thing. But I mean, I think you can trust Deadline. This is what an unnamed executive at Warner Brothers Discovery said about the Ezra Miller apology. It says, "This isn't about business. It's about a human being who is clearly in pain." Very sweet sentiment. And you know what? Look, at the end of the day, who knows this individual? He might mean it from his heart.
Maybe.
He might. I don't know. Maybe. But considering they're unnamed, then we can criticize it fairly. But I whoever said this, I hope you do mean it. But at the same time, again, like, okay, what was your reaction to this? Because for me, my face immediately went, okay.
Yeah.
Like, all right.
My reaction's like, come on, I get it. Sure, this just like made me feel even more like this is all just a PR move. Like
it's 100%.
This is all this is. It's just a PR move. They're going to, this coupled with an exec quote. Oh, it's a perfect PR move. And the fact that it came out a few hours later makes you just copywriters worked on it. They set it out and they pushed them out. But it's funny because, this drops. And then like a few days ago, pretty much right after this news drops, we get news that The Flash has record test screenings. It is currently one of the best scored movies WB has ever put out. That is how well The Flash is going. So again, it goes back to that discussion. Hollywood claims morals are important and will throw it in your face. Hollywood only cares about money. That's it.
Yeah, of course.
They know this movie's going to make money, and they want it. They want to have Ezra Miller, the guy that's starring in the movie, guy who actually, I think, co-wrote the movie, out there on the press tour, doing things because they know it's going to make money and they know it's going to be a hit. Yeah, that's what it comes down to. So it's all a farce.
And you know what? You know what I say to that? Yeah, that's exactly what Hollywood is. That's not a surprise to me. Yeah, what is a surprise is everyone else's reaction to it. How we're all just letting that slip.
Right.
Like, yeah, of course. No, people need to stop taking Hollywood seriously. They're in the entertainment business. They're not in any other business but to gain money from your attention, from making make-believe shit.
Right.
So people need to stop putting so much of their moral and emotional and mental weight on their favorite stars. It's really fucking ridiculous. And the more that we don't say anything against these, ultimately they're just people. I mean, really, they just fucking play dress up and act like they're not people who are not them. That's all they are. So much weight on that. And then when these things happen, they hold them on such a different moral standard. It's so weird. And mostly only because it has something to do with their movement. It's really disgusting.
Yeah,
it's super disgusting. And I'm more disgusted by the people than I am about Hollywood, because Hollywood's been doing this PR shit all the time, because everyone needs to understand they just need to sell you on the movie. That's all they care about. And frankly, it's all they should care about. It's all they should care about. Exactly. That's their business.
Right.
But all these other people, if your business is to equalize and make the world a better place, you're failing. You're failing more than Hollywood is.
Yeah.
You want Hollywood to be better? I don't expect it. I want them to be, but I don't expect them to be, because they're a business. They're not this high order thing that we should. It's not like the president or the government that we should be holding these standards to.
That's what I said. You know, like I've been saying that. I've been screaming that at the top of my lungs. Like we're trying to hold Hollywood to a better standard than we do our elected officials.
Like why?
It's so stupid. Like
it's a good point. Why?
It's ridiculous. It's like this is
so dumb.
This is the damn industry, right? That literally gave Harvey Weinstein a standing ovation when they knew what he had done. This is the same industry that gave I think it was Roman Polanski, who gave him a standing ovation because he won at the Oscars, yet he couldn't be in the country because he's like a sex offender.
Yeah, he was. There's accusations against him.
Like, are you fucking kidding me? So
yeah, we've had this happen.
Hollywood doesn't give a shit about you or your movement or your purpose, but we fall into this like, oh, this is written in the script, so it's great. Like, no, fuck you. No. It's not. Stop.
Yeah,
it's a joke.
Again, it's like it's not their fault.
Right.
It's our fault. You know, we as a society, like we've like what are they supposed to do? Honestly, do you really think when a star, an actor gets like all these things put against them that they're supposed to do something about it? They're not. They're in the movie industry. I don't know what else to tell people. Why do you hold them to such a standard? It doesn't make any sense. Yeah. Honestly, it's the same person working at Subway. Like. Right. It's like wanting social justice from the Subway guy. It's the same fucking thing. They just make $1 bajillion and they're on TV. It's all these things are in these movements, and their mentalities about things are just misplaced.
Yeah,
it's just dangerously misplaced. Maybe part of it is the fact that there's an allure to the amount of influence that stars have because they're so famous, right? Because they are one of the more noticed people in the world, more than politicians. Fine. Again, that's an arguable point. However, again, they're still not in politics. They're not in these things that you should be holding so dearly. And we as a human race need to really check ourselves about that kind of stuff and where we're placing our values in there, because we don't have to. Like Hollywood never asked for that.
Yeah, absolutely.
They can exploit it because of course they can. Why wouldn't they? They get your money. That's the whole point. That's the whole point. And like, so they should do that as far as I'm concerned. And you shouldn't be placing your shit, your moral values on that.
Right. Just that simple. Prove Hollywood. Like HBO has canceled or pulled pretty much, I think like 60 or 70 shows and movies from HBO Max.
Yes.
And the reason they're doing so is to save money. So they don't have to pay actors residuals and writers residuals. Hollywood's still shitty. Hollywood's always going to be shitty. So we should just take a step back and stop worshiping these, as Thanos said, false gods.
Yeah, I get it. I don't understand why you think that they should be champions of that. It never has been, and they've never claimed to be.
Right.
You're forcing them to say it. You're forcing them to say shit like this. This isn't about This isn't about business. That's the most telling thing that guy said. This isn't about business. Smart man, but also bullshit.
Yeah, horse nonsense.
Horse shit.
Let's move on. Let's get on to something fun.
That's enough talk about the Ezra stuff for this week, because God knows it will only get even.
It'll continue. That's going to stay up. What the fuck, Ezra? On my little Cinnabord right there.
Cinnabord. But let's move on to Madame Web, and then Alex, I'm going to have you take on putting this up to us. Go ahead.
Yes, let's talk about Madame Web. There's so many leaks and other things that have come out over the past couple of weeks, and we haven't covered it yet. So I just wanted to give you guys a little bit of background and the Lewis leak and what's going on with it. So Madame Web will come out next year, and October of next year, which is a very magical spot for Sony. They've gotten 2 very good responses out of Venom and Venom 2, financially, and it is looking like that Madame Web is the story of young Uncle Ben and Mary Parker. So Ben and Mary basically making sure Peter is born. That the Peter Parker in this universe, whichever universe it takes place, some people say it's the Raimiverse, some people say it's not the Raimiverse. And Adam Scott, a lot of people are wondering who he's playing. It's been leaked or rumored, whatever you want to call it, that Adam Scott will be playing Uncle Ben in this movie. And that Emma Roberts is actually playing Mary Parker, Peter's mom. So yeah, I think that's a pretty interesting leak, theory, rumor, whatever you guys want to call it. Some of the other characters that are rumored to be showing up is it'll be essentially three different Spider Women. You have Dakota Johnson, who's playing Madam Web. Sydney Sweeney is playing Spider Woman, Julia Carpenter. I think that's the second or third Spider Woman. I'm not 100% sure. They're just guessing. Isabella Merced, she's playing Spider Girl. And Celeste O'Connor is rumored to be playing another Spider Woman. So you're going to have a bunch of Spider Women coming to this universe to protect Mary Parker, to make sure Peter Parker is born. You get to see a young Uncle Ben also be portrayed in this as well. So yeah, that's the overall rumors of what's happening. A set of Spider-Women from around the multiverse come together to ensure Peter Parker's birth. That's the tagline. And I'm going to be honest. That's a hell of a sell, actually. I think it is. Let's be honest. What's the better sell? A bunch of Spider-Men come around from the universe to make sure Peter Parker is born. But I can see that getting too closely compared to Into the Spider-Verse and them saying, you know what, we don't want to do that. We're going to do this instead. So also, it's Spider-Women. It's a very diverse cast of Spider-Women. You have a Mexican and Isabella Merced.
I love her.
Yeah, I love her. She's hilarious. If you haven't seen Instant Family, go watch Instant Family.
I have. She's so good in it. Yeah. She's a great actress.
Yeah, she's wonderful in it. Celeste O'Connor. So yeah, it's a very interesting set of women going in to save it. So I think it could be pretty good. Ed, thoughts, reactions?
This is what I'll say first.
Uh-oh.
This is what it reminds me of.
Uh-oh.
Dun 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 dun.
Oh, it's Terminator.
Dun, dun, dun. Yeah. That's the plot of Terminator.
It's a Terminator.
It's a Terminator Spider-Man movie. The moment I heard, I'm like, that's fucking Terminator. I'm like, I'm for it.
Terminator.
Sure, fuck, why not? Yeah, I'm down for it. Like it's a good sell. It's a good sell. And I agree. Yeah, it's great. It's a great sell.
My mind is blown. That is a fucking Terminator.
Ensure the survival of a future.
And
important figure.
Before we go any further, I want to say S.J. Clarkson is the director of this. She is a fantastic director. She directed several episodes of Game of Thrones. She's directed Succession episodes. She's she's
big time.
Yeah,
she's big time.
She's a very, very talented director.
Obviously.
And she directed a few episodes of The Defenders. She directed Jessica Jones episodes. She knows how this works. She's very, very good. And she was attached to direct the Star Trek 4 film with Chris Pine and Chris Hemsworth coming back. Yes, she was attached. And then, of course, that movie fell apart because of, contract. Like, again, Paramount, you're so dumb. Just pay Chris Hemsworth what he wants. That movie would have made so much money.
Yeah.
But that's neither here nor there. But she is very, very, very talented director. So I'm very excited to see her in this.
No, look, man, all signs on this point to something pretty exciting. I'm legitimately excited. Again, for me as a person, as long as they can kind of temper the possible feministic messages, and just have a good story, then I'm cool. However, this is clearly a potential mix for that to happen.
Sony has been one of the better studios that has kind of stayed away from it.
Sure, I agree with that. Yes.
Sony's like, you know what? We're just gonna go have some fun. We're just gonna put some movies out. So I am not as concerned as you because look, this is a Sony film. Kevin Feige's not involved in this film at all. So I'm okay with it.
Yeah. I mean, again, we'll see what happens, but I'm digging the premise. I'm digging the actresses involved. I do think it was the right move in this sense because you brought up a good point. We've already seen sort of the men multiverse aspect, and to maybe just to have another one of those might start to feel a little stale. And we're already getting another We're getting 2 more Spider-Verse movies that are probably going to be in a similar vein. So I love the idea of an all-woman cast Spider women coming in. I think that could be really, really refreshing. I love it. And so and yeah, it makes sense with that makes more sense now why they are even doing a Madame Web movie, because a lot of people were wondering who the fuck is that? And so it was vague. But if that's the actual premise, I think it works. This is working out to be some pretty cool stuff. So
me too.
as long as it's written well, then I'm down.
Yeah,
but I am excited. That's cool.
I agree. As long as it's written well and it's fun. As long as it's fun, I think we should have a good time because again, Morbius wasn't fun. Venom 2 wasn't fun. Venom was fun. Venom 2 was not fun.
No.
Morbius was not fun. I'm not really sure what the hell's gonna happen with Kraven the Hunter. Who cares? Aaron Taylor Johnson's in it, so I'll go see it because I think he's a fantastic.
Oh, I'll definitely see it.
Underrated actor. So yeah, I hope it's fun. I hope we do get to see another Spider-Man. And look, this is something we have been asking for in the Sony Spider-Verse, right?
Yes.
We have been asking. We need to see. They can't just be these villains. We have to see some sort of spider person.
Right.
Now we may be seeing 3 of them. So I'm
a lot of them. Yeah. Also, this is the first time, and correct me if I'm wrong, that we will be seeing a live action female Spider-Man.
It would be, yes. Again, all this is just rumored, not leaked. We don't know, but
yeah, we don't know. But that would be. I'm so ready for that. It's been a long time. I've loved Spider-Gwen. Has been one of my favorite design characters. I love her. I think she looks great, and I've always loved that character. And she was amazing in the first Spider-Verse. Her character there, I thought she did a great job. Yeah. Haley Steinfeld did a great job. I'm so down to finally just see. Again, I don't know if anyone is playing. We don't know if someone is playing Spidey-Gwen in this particular movie.
Right.
But again, I'm so ready to see a woman thwipping and whooping ass and flying through the sky. I think that's gonna be great.
Yeah. So Across the Spider-Verse is what it's called, right? Yeah, Across the Spider-Verse.
Across the Spider-Verse. Yeah.
There you go. That's the sequel. So that comes out in June of next year. So
that's coming up.
It definitely fits in with like Sony not wanting it to be all men because again, if that's like you said, that's a similar vein kind of movie.
Yeah.
So,
but they did have 2 Spider-Women in that movie too. So that's they're doing a great job.
True, and I think Spider-Woman is in this movie as well. A different Spider-Woman. See this movie as well. I think there's like 3 different Spider-Woman. Spider-Man fans, correct me.
Yeah.
Of the newer Marvel comics that they just can't seem to get right, like. Ironheart never really got the super, super big like fanfare they thought it would. That's why they brought back Tony Stark in the comics. And America Chavez never really got the huge, stuff she did. But Miss Marvel took off on the comics, so that worked out pretty well for them. Anyway,
she's been around for a while though. Miss Marvel. I'm sorry. You're right.
Spider-Man has been able to create multiple variants and be successful. So, it's exciting.
As long as it's written well, I just don't see how this couldn't be awesome. Like it sounds freaking great.
Yeah.
And see, we are misogynist piz, and we still can champion a female movie.
Yeah.
Right? See, we're not so bad. Us Nazi misogynists.
We've been called racist in some comments, which is pretty funny.
Oh yeah, we've been called. Yeah.
So, but like, listen, if your argument to somebody is that they're racist, then you're the fucking problem with America.
Yeah, seriously.
Society right now, because you just automatically dismantle any chance of any sort of nuance or discourse because
Yeah.
if we're racist, then what are you doing? So
Yeah. What are you doing? I don't know.
anyway,
Yeah. No, it's
I
fine.
don't lose any sleep over it. I'm
Fun.
happy. So
No, we have this stuff to talk about to keep us
in
away from that. Well, as sometimes, like, sometimes it comes in, but oh well.
right.
What are you gonna do? Anyways, all right, let's move on to the next topic here. Something completely different from the superhero land and into the basically business land of Hollywood. Regal has claimed bankruptcy, and if you don't know what Regal is, it's basically if you should know AMC if you're on the American side of things.
Yeah.
They're if not the biggest one on this side of the seas, but Regal is actually technically, and correct me if I'm wrong, are they the second biggest theater chain in the world? So
I believe it is. Yes, I think that's right.
Yeah, and they're owned by Cineworld. But yeah, if you're a local of LA on the west side, I don't know how many theater chains they actually have on the west side, but Regal Cinemas is actually a pretty known brand of theater chains here in Los Angeles. And they have filed for bankruptcy, unfortunately. They've amassed apparently $4.8 billion
Right.
in debt. And they are claiming that this is all due to, obviously, the side effects of the pandemic and the fact that the slate for movies has been pushed across the board for the years for this year particularly, and in very particularly, that's not right English, but in this season, it's just been really dry. There's just not a lot of movies in theaters right now, and it's true. Working in the industry with Rotten Tomatoes, like even I have no movies to really cover this year or even next month or this month and next month. The only remaining movies for the year really are two superhero movies and Avatar, which might as well be a superhero movie. But they're all just these like fantasies, epics. One owned by Disney and one owned by DC. So you just have your usual fanfare now for the rest of the year,
right?
And that's apparently just not spelling right for Regal, and so they're now in bankruptcy. And then we just to remind people, they are not the only theater chain that is in potential dead water. And last year we lost the ArcLight Cinemas here in LA, which was huge deal. Sorry.
Don't forget AMC filed bankruptcy last year as well.
And AMC did file for right.
So,
but we actually lost one legitimately, and that sucked because that was a huge. ArcLight was the like the place the place to be in LA. It's just it had so much history with it, and they're gone. But anyways, what are your thoughts on Regal filing for bankruptcy? Not cool.
It's not cool, but it's not surprising.
No.
So, like, for those that don't know, bankruptcy basically means they're going to consolidate their debt, and then they could get bought by somebody. They need somebody to bail them out. Essentially,
they're not dead yet.
They're not going to close theaters. Although theaters could close if people deem it a bad buy. But it is sad because you could see someone like Amazon swoop in and buy them, or maybe if this was a couple years ago, you could see Netflix go in and buy them.
I was about to say Netflix would probably buy them. Yeah,
Netflix is not in the position at the moment.
Not right now.
No. So
they got other problems.
You don't want to see these theater chains get bought up by studios, because that means if it's that, then it's like an exclusive Disney theater, and you're only seeing Disney movies, and it's not going to put anything else out, and it makes it harder to go see other films.
Yeah, and I don't think I've never thought that was good for business, which is why you don't see it anyways, right? Like Disney has the El Capitan down in Hollywood, but they really use that just for PR for the most part. They're not making like money back from that thing,
And I don't think they're interested in that either. So I think hopefully we see a new owner come in and try to purchase them, or they're able to figure it out when consolidating their debt. Companies can survive off year after filing Chapter 11. Most people, a chunk of like Americans will file Chapter 11 bankruptcy, ruin their credit scores just to get out of debt, because they're basically they just wipe out their debt. They say they don't have money to pay off their debt. Debt's gone. Essentially, you start again from nothing. But if you have a job and all this other stuff, starting from nothing isn't so bad, actually.
Yeah, it puts you on a better foot for sure. It's a strategic move. Yeah.
So Yeah, it is a bummer, but it's not surprising, Ed. Just everything got pushed this year.
Right.
Everything. So like we had Thor, right? Which was July 8th, I think. And then there was nothing. Nothing that was
Nothing.
going to make money. You could say maybe Nope would make money. Not really.
Mhm.
But the last like big money maker of the summer was Thor. Let's be
Right.
honest about it. Let's be dead on. Because Bullet Train's rated R. It's not going to make the money that
No.
Thor is going to make.
Right.
Beast is rated R. It's not going to make the money. It's just a B movie. Really, there's not another big movie that comes out in terms of like big time box office until Black Adam. So
Right.
it's Thor and then this insane dry spot to Black Adam. And then you have 2 weeks and then it's Wakanda Forever, which is $1 billion probably in the first weekend. And then you have Avatar 2 and Shazam. Like then it'll pick back up. But yeah, it's a really dry season for them this summer. And this is an interesting stat. In 2019, when it was normal, there were 67 movies released in theaters. This year, on the first like rebound kick of it, I guess we could say,
Less than half.
44.
Oh, okay, more than half.
So
But,
more than
yeah.
you thought, but still not
Yeah, that's-
big tentpole movies. A lot of all those movies got pushed. Yeah, it's pretty interesting. But with all that said, I think it's not the most surprising move, but I think we're going to see it kind of. Everything's going to be okay. Like if you just go look at May of next year, you have Guardians 3, you have Fast 10, and then you have the new Little Mermaid movie, which is going to make money.
I don't know.
You know, it's going to make money, unfortunately. Yeah. Sorry, guys. And then if you look at March is just full of bangers from start to finish. You have the Dungeons and Dragons. You have Creed 3, which Dungeons and Dragons looks great. You have the new Haunted Mansion movie. You have Aquaman The Lost Kingdom. And then you have John Wick Chapter 4, week after week. And then you finish out March with Scream 6, which always makes good money.
Yeah.
In February, you have an Ant-Man movie. In January, you have Kraven the Hunter. Like the industry will continue to rebound. There's only been one movie to cross $1 billion this year, and that's Top Gun Maverick. But Jurassic World Dominion got very, very close to doing it.
Yeah.
Thor did not get close. Sorry. Not surprising. Thor didn't get close.
Made money though.
What's the other one that Disney released?
Doctor Strange.
Sorry, God.
Yeah.
Doctor Strange got very close to $1 billion. It tapped in 953. And then in June, you have Spider-Man Across the Spider-Verse. You have a new Transformers movie. You have a new Pixar movie. You have The Flash. And then you finish off with Indy 5. With all this gone, I hope movie theaters go back to a more simplified approach. AMC and Regal and Alamo Drafthouse, I'm looking at all of you. I am so sick and tired of fucking dine-in movie theaters. I hate that I have to let somebody pass by me so they can drop off their order. This isn't dinner. This is a movie. You want to go to dinner, go to it before the movie. It is annoying as hell. And then at the very end of the movie, if you're at like Sinopolis or something, they come and bring you your check. Bro, I'm not interested in paying the check during the fucking biggest action sequence of the movie. Get out of here. I hate dine-in movie theaters. They are the worst invention since movie theaters have been invented. They're a step backwards. It just doesn't make any sense to me. I hate it so much. I
couldn't agree with you more. I absolutely. I've only been to one, which is the Alamo Drafthouse, and as much as I love their passion for film, that part is a complete stain on that. I'm like, no, please get out of the way. Like, just why? Whose idea was it that it might be a smart idea to have like a waiter, like bend over and like, hey, is this your drink? Like, you want more? Yeah. Would you like more fries or what's your drink?
Here.
What are you doing?
I will go to a restaurant if I want that.
But you know what, man? People love it because they're everywhere.
Love it. And
I don't see movies with me. Or if you are, we're not going to one of them if you're with me.
Yeah, that's my rant about movie theaters and dine-in experiences. I hope they take this to like take a step back. I don't want to eat your shitty chicken tenders or anything like that. I will go to dinner afterward or before. Stop walking in the aisle asking me if I need a refill on my Coke. Fuck out of here, dude. Anyway,
I hate
that's
them.
my rant on
They're
them.
horrible. I agree with you.
I hope Cineworld someone buys them, and everything will get better.
Yeah.
There's bangers coming out. July next year is stacked. June is stacked. It's gonna be fine. It's just a bummer. So
No, I think you know what. I think it'll be fine. I think we'll be okay. Again, it's what you said. This is just a rebound.
Mhm.
You know, it's just a product of the pandemic. It was bound to happen, and you know, it's also just a result of like probably business moves that they made during the pandemic. You know, I know during the pandemic we had 3 new Regals in Los Angeles alone, so they clearly spent money. You know, during that time.
right.
And you know, I'm not surprised they're that much in debt. It's just what happens, and unfortunately, this tail end of the year is just not. It's just not going to happen for them. But as you said, next year, better slate across the board. I'm sure it'll be okay. Let's just hope that they can stay solvent and afloat until then, and I'm sure they'll be okay.
Yeah.
I really don't think it's going to be. You know, bankruptcy is you know, it is serious. Like obviously, it's a telltale of like where your business is, but at the same time, it doesn't spell by any means like it's the end for sure. You know, it's just it's a move that some businesses have to make, unfortunately, during certain times.
It's a
so if you know Regal, if you love Regal, I'm sure they'll be fine. But you know, we'll be okay by next year.
What is your favorite theater chain?
Mine? God, that's a good question. My favorite theater chain? I mean, the one that I've gone to the most is obviously AMC. But if we're talking about quality, I mean, I guess it is AMC in a sense. Just because they have the most well-rounded amenities that you could ask for. I mean, their chairs are always really nice, and I think with their recent upgrades to their cinemas, that the quality of the sound and the picture have been pretty good.
Okay.
That being said, my absolute favorite theater of all time is and you know this, it's the TCL IMAX. Down at I love that theater. I think it's the best theater. I would watch anything there. It's just awesome. But yeah, I guess it would have to be AMC. And the thing about Regal is that I've only started going to Regal more because of the 3 chains that I just or the 3 theaters that just opened up. And I mean, honestly, they're basically like AMC.
Yeah,
they're just doing the AMC spiel. So, I also admired ArcLight a lot because of their passion for films, because they clearly love films. I love they have that freaking what do they call them? The people that come out before the movie and they mention the movie
or something.
Like one of
Usher
those
or something like that.
Usher, like the Ushers, and they present to you the movie. You know, I love all that. Their chairs are not great. They've never been great. That's the only thing about ArcLight I absolutely hated.
Terrible.
But I would put ArcLight at a very close second. Plus the Cinerama Dome's awesome because they clearly love movies, and they only have 3 trailers. That's okay. I might put ArcLight above that just for that, because they only have 3 trailers play per movie instead of the fucking literal, I think, 8 trailers that AMC plays. It's like 20 to 25 minutes of trailers.
It's a lot of trailers.
Shit. No, I hate it. I hate the AMC. That's the thing about AMC I hate the most is the fucking trailer. The amount of trailers they show is bonkers, and they need to stop. It needs to stop. And they're not going to, but that's the one thing for sure that I'd always put ArcLight above fucking AMC is that they only show 3 at every single showing, maybe 4 depending on how many movies are. But it's like that's it, like 5 minutes, like 7 minutes, less than 10 minutes, you're into the movie.
Right.
Fucking love that. That's so great. Anyways, how about yours? What's your favorite?
Mine would actually be a Cinemark. I love me a Cinemark.
Oh, okay.
Theater. They're not very. Nice. They're not a lot.
They're not a lot. They're not a lot of
Cinemarks. But there was a few in Arizona. There was also a great chain in Arizona called Harkins Movie Theater, which they're not in LA proper, but they're a little bit east of LA, in like the Rancho Cucamonga area, and they're very nice theaters. They're very, very comfy chairs, good food.
I don't think I've been to a Harkins.
Not a lot of people have, because it's not some in LA have, because I mean they're in They're a local Arizona chain. They're basically a small company, so they're only in a few states. But yeah, Cinemark would be my number one because they're again, they do have very, very nice things, very comfortable seats. So I love me a good Cinemark. The Cinemark in Playa Vista is an amazing Cinemark. If you ever go there, go
I
there.
haven't been to that one. Okay. I'll try me some Cinemark.
Cinemark. I like that. That's mine.
Speaking of,
that
brings us.
What a segue.
Yeah,
Ed.
right?
What a segue.
Right into the next little small topic. Just really quickly go into it. Just because our boy Top Gun Maverick just cannot seem to not be amazing and continue to raise the ranks in the box office chain. Just last week we had another update on that, in which was that Top Gun surpassed Titanic. Was it? Yeah, Titanic. It sunk Titanic's box office record as I believe it was the 7th highest grossing at the time.
That was pretty good, man.
Yeah, that's huge. Again, that's a fucking huge deal. And then this week, which I wasn't expecting at all, it surpassed Avengers Infinity War this week, now becoming the 6th highest grossing film domestically of all time. I mean, it just isn't. It's just not stopping. No one cannot stop this freaking movie from ascending into greatness. And again, considering the movie itself, like, it wasn't meant to do any of this, which is why it's going to be like one of the greatest underdog achievements in Hollywood history, just because no one expected anything out of this, and it's just dominating. I mean, Titanic and Avengers Infinity War.
Yeah.
You don't expect to see Top Gun Maverick above those movies.
Yes.
And it's just going. And who knows, man? Because it's so dry.
Yeah.
If I was Paramount, more IMAX for the next couple of weeks. That thing's gonna rise. It could keep going.
I couldn't agree with you more because so this movie comes out on digital August 23rd, which is Tuesday, I believe. Yeah, Tuesday. So but if I'm Paramount, I'm saying, fuck it, I'm pulling it and I'm just dropping it back into theaters.
Hell yeah.
Because again, look, I'm very excited to watch it at home. I have a very beautiful 65-inch OLED TV that my fiance obviously does not condone of. But yes, it is an insane achievement. I don't even know like this if there's any other words you can say about it. This is a sequel to a 36-year-old movie that wasn't even a franchise, that Tom Cruise said, we're going to take care, we're going to do it right, we're going to wait for it to release in theaters, and it has been a phenomenon. It's been amazing. It's been insane.
This day, people still like look at me, give me the side eye a little bit when I say, like, I think it's just one of the greatest movies ever made.
This is one of the highest production value movies you'll ever see, ever. And that's important, and that matters, and it's showing why it matters because of the legs it's had in theaters.
Yeah. No, I think
and you just go, oh, wow.
Mm-hmm. No, and I couldn't be happier because now this proves to other companies, studios that they need to take this avenue when they can. When they can, when they can, if they have an IP that screams that this could be something like a Maverick, then they should do it, and that just means better for us. And it's just have true movies back again. I cannot tell you how overjoyed I am inside. I just can't.
Me either.
I told you about this the other day. Like, I will print us. Also, I will print that picture of Tom Cruise doing that, and just wear it because it's just. First of all, it's a gorgeous shot. It's just like, give that photographer like $1 million, like that he was on set, just like, and then he caught that moment, and it was just like, it's like the best reaction of anyone ever.
That's an underrated skill, that those press photographers that do that and capture those press stills. Super underrated. So it's awesome. Everyone needs to see this movie. watch it on the biggest, loudest screen you can find. If you have to watch it at home, watch it at home, I guess.
Yeah, it'll still be good. But oh my god,
try to enjoy it and keep your mind open and like just try your best to just understand how hard it is to achieve a movie like this in 2022 or 2020, whenever they did shoot it. Because again, it's production value wise, I don't know how long it'll be till you see something this good. But
and it was shot during a pandemic. It
was shot before the pandemic.
Or before the pandemic. That's true.
Yeah.
Oh wait, that's true. Okay.
Yeah,
no,
yeah.
You're right. You're right.
Yeah.
You're right.
But still, the fact is, it's still one of the highest production value things you'll ever see. And again, I say that, and then it just clicked in my head. Fuck, I guess we've have Avatar 2, which has been in production for about 5 years, I think, of actual production.
Yeah.
So we might actually, you could see 2 of the best production value things you've seen. And then obviously Black Panther 2 looks amazing, but the trailer is just the trailer. So we'll see if the whole movie can be that good looking. But yeah, good. Kudos to Tom Cruise. Kudos to Paramount. Kudos to the director, Kaczynski, whatever your name is. I'm so sorry. Kaczynski. Whatever it is, kudos to you, sir. You did a great job. It is a fantastic film, and it deserves way more credit. It should be nominated for an Oscar for what it's done.
If it's not nominated for an Oscar,
it's not gonna be nominated for an Oscar.
I mean, yeah. Well, I think technically, yes. I think in some technical categories, there's just it's just unavoidable.
I'm saying the movie should be nominated for Best Picture.
Oh yeah, 100%.
What it's done for movie exhibitionists.
Yes, it should fucking win, in my opinion. But I'll consider it if it was nominated. I'll consider that a win.
Yeah,
I'll consider that a win if it's nominated. But if it should deserve. It honestly should deserve to win.
It should
at this point.
Yeah, for
Venice is coming up, and who knows what bangers may come out of that. But
look, I'm sure there might be a movie with a better story, better directed, but in terms of what this movie meant to the industry,
I agree.
It should win something. It absolutely should. Again, I said it's the only $1 billion one. I completely forgot about
Batman?
No Way Home.
Oh, No Way Home. Right.
Batman did not make $1 billion.
It didn't make $1 billion. Yeah, I forgot about that.
No Way Home. I'm so sorry. No Way Home. I completely forgot about you, but you're a little different because you had 3 eras of Spider-Man coming together in one movie. So
yeah, there was a leg there. Yeah, that's fine.
Yeah, you had a leg.
Chill.
You brought Tobey Maguire
true.
back. Of course, you grossed $1 billion.
Yeah,
you made people fall in love with a Spider-Man most people hated. Now,
most people did not care to see ever again, and then made it the best Spider-Man, arguably, in that movie.
He stole the show somehow, some way. Olivia left that movie, and she loves the original Spider-Man movies. Toby is her guy, and she goes,
Andrew
killed Andrew Garfield better. And I was like,
Andrew
I did too.
I did too. No. Everyone did. Everyone did.
Yeah. He was amazing.
Everyone loved Andrew. Anyways. Yeah. So, all right. So that is our news talk for the week.